Hey, well, what do we have here? Hey there, friends on YouTube. My name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is people stick text to one. This is your first time here. Thanks for stopping by. If you want to come back, you can like and subscribe and all that stuff. And if you've been here before, you are the sunshine of my life. Anyway, what we got here is the iPhone XR in Produit Rojo. I think I just mixed French and Spanish and probably got it all wrong. But the product read iPhone XR, 128 gigabytes. I went to my carrier store today. Yes, carrier store. All of you out there are saying, why did you go to the Apple store? You just have to know that there's no Apple store within 2 hours plus of where I live. So I didn't go to the Apple store. So I went to my carrier store today, and I couldn't go first thing because I got work stuff that I had to be involved in, and I couldn't go until at lunchtime. So I got there about 12:30, and I say to the young lady behind the counter who helps me from time to time, they all know me there because, they all know me. I say, hey, do you have any of those iPhone XRs? And she's like, yes, we do. And I said, what do you got? She said, we got black, we got white. And I said, do you got red? And she said, yes, I think we do. I think we have one, maybe two, and I'm not sure what storage sizes they are, but we have them. And I said, well, if you've got a 128 gigabyte red one, then I will take it. And she said, okay. And lo and behold, they had it. I had a lot of questions, thoughts, concerns about this device when it was first announced. I was very upset with Apple for basically gerrymandering a spot for this phone to exist by making it the only phone that is brand new that Apple's going to sell for 2018 that is less than $1,000. That really ticked me off. Just sort of price manipulation. Price manipulation is what it is, We're seeing the price creep, and now they're backfilling as the price creep goes up. Anyway, I digress. I needed to see the screen. I needed to see the build. I needed to feel it in my hand to see if what is it really all about? Is it a second-class iPhone, or is it something that's pretty nice? Let's talk about the build first. The build is actually very good. Now, things you need to know, this is aluminium for those of you in the UK and elsewhere. This is glass, and this is glass. This is strong glass. This is not so strong glass. This is, I think, the same glass that was in the iPhone X. The glass on this one is some sort of super strong, I don't know, space glass or something like that. Glass on both sides. It's got a 6.1-inch LCD screen, while this guy over here has a 6.5-inch OLED screen. Now, OLED is always basically nicer than this LCD, but they gave this a special name. They called it Liquid Retina, whatever. Marketing. They called it marketing. The build of this is actually very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I'm gonna eat the crow that I was afraid I was gonna have to eat and say that the build on this is very nice. The aluminum, nice, silky smooth, a little bit more grippy than the stainless steel of the XS and XS Max. The glass on the back, the colors, I saw the yellow that the young lady had that she had ordered for herself, and I saw this red. This is basically the same red as the product red iPhone 8. In fact, this is pretty much an iPhone 8 without a home button. It feels like it's size-wise maybe a little between iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus, a little closer to the iPhone 8 size. Maybe not. I don't know. It's hard to tell without one here to look at it. But yeah, with the aluminum sides, the glass front and back, and there's no home button on this one. It's got the Face ID, as do all the new iPhones. It feels like an iPhone 8. If you like the feel of the aluminum phones that Apple's been putting out over the past several years, then you'll probably like the feel of this one. It has wireless charging because of the glass back. Another thing I was worried about was whether or not this screen could hold up against this screen. Holding them side by side, it's really You can't tell much difference. It's when you go in and start looking at something like this. I have no idea if it's going to come across on the camera for you folks to see, but when you go in and look at something like this, it is definitely clear that this is more vivid. This is a sharper screen in many, many ways. This is a little bit more muted, but not by much. And I will say that if you didn't have this to compare to, then this screen would look pretty darn okay. I can't really complain about the screen as much as I thought that I would be able to complain about the screen. I haven't gotten to the camera yet, really. I'm going to do a camera test. I'm going to A/B against the iPhone XS Max. The Pixel 3 XL, all those kinds of things. I just really wanted to give you guys a sense of what I was seeing, what I was experiencing, what this thing was like in my little paws as opposed to in my mind's eye. And it's decent. It's decent. It's got small things that are different compared to the bigger brother. As you can see, just the one camera, and it does portrait mode by software, and it can only see people, not objects or animals or anything like that. So if you want to take pictures of your pets in portrait mode, you are SOL with this phone. It's got 3 gigabytes of RAM instead of 4. It's got the same A12 Bionic chip inside that the other phones have. It's yeah, in most ways pretty similar to the bigger brothers, but a few bells and whistles shaved off here and there to make it $750 to start as opposed to $1,000 or $1,100. Let me know what you would like to see me do or think about while I'm using it. So far, I've had it for half a day. I'm having a pretty decent experience with it. I actually have to say that in some ways, I like the feel of this size better than I like this one. This is big, for sure. This one feels, like if we're doing Goldilocks and the 3 iPhones, then this one feels just right. I'll have to use it more to see if I continue to feel that way, but to this point, that's how I feel. Be back in several days, maybe a week, with a full review of this guy to let you know how I feel after some time, because after some time I have found that I sometimes like phones more and decide that I like to keep them, and I found that I sometimes like phones less and I decide that they're not for me or you. Okay? Are we all good about this? Is this cool? Can we all agree to get along? Anyway, if you want to come back and see more stuff, if you want to ask me questions down in the comments, if you want to be a part of the painfully honest experience, then hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notify, like this video, share it with your grandma. Because your grandmas love tech, obviously. Again, my name is Jason, sometimes known as the JTL. This is Painfully Honest Tech. Tech, so honest, it hurts. Until the next time, I'm out.